Yes, I did a surprise live. Is that okay with everyone? Saludos a México. ¿Cómo están? Hello, what's going on here? Rita, what's up? Well, okay, as you guys know, there was no live today. No one freak out. We weren't supposed to have read to a certain point. There was no live. This is a completely spontaneous live. So I hope that's cool. I might do this more often because I've been reading a lot more. And I have so many things I want to tell the book club that won't fit into our discussion this weekend. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do this right now because I'm chilling. First of all, I hope everyone's okay. I hope all of our Italian members are doing what they need to be doing to stay inside, to stay safe, washing their hands, taking care of their communities in whatever ways they can. Yeah, I'm at work right now, so that's why you see me rocking the Chicago Fire gear. So yeah, to our Italian fans, I hope that they're doing okay, and if anyone needs anything, reach out. So on that note, really quickly, I will be posting a couple links that I got from from Rita and a couple other fans about what's going on in Italy. So I'll be posting those links. They both are to hospitals and whatnot that may be seeking some sort of support. I'm sure financial support isn't the only thing people need. I bet there are other ways that people can get involved. I haven't looked them up yet. I'll do my best to, but if you guys can, let me know. Awesome. So now that I feel like that's important, I always comment on how important it is for our community, taking care of your community. So I feel like this is a good time for that. Oh, sorry, all of Europe, really. I'm sorry that I excluded other countries that are going through similar situations. So exactly. Everyone stay positive. We'll figure it out. But we'll stay together. We'll still be reading. That's one thing we can still do, which is pretty awesome. So, now that the heavier stuff is not taken care of, but I've discussed it, and if anyone wants to send a message to Rosende Reads, I'll be checking them later. So there's that. Now, onto the fun stuff. So I've read 5 books in the last few weeks, on top of reading Little Women, and I've read some good stuff, so I would like to share. The first book is now on a list of my favorite books, probably top 3 at this point. I think the writing is awesome, reminds me of a couple other writers that we've read. I think the plot and storyline are just gnarly. It's one of those books that in the first chapter, you're like, what is going on? But in the best way, not in the worst way. So, and that's another thing. I know a lot of people might have a lot of free time now. So, getting books will be something that's easy. Coronavirus can't stop that. So, this book, The Library at Mount Char. Also, every book that I mention here, because I only have this one with me, I will post a picture of after the live, as well as those links, so you guys know. So, The Library at Mount Char by Scott Hawkins. I'll post a picture of it. I just finished it today. I picked it up yesterday, and it has almost 400 pages. I couldn't put it down, and I read most of it on set. Which, if you ask me, that anytime you read in an environment that requires focus and other things, it means either the book is really good or you're not doing a lot. And I can tell you, we do a lot here, so the book is really good. So yeah, that one I will post a picture of after. It's just. Now, I will say that the content warning, just so I feel good. Content warning, if you are, I'm going to put this on you guys, if you are at the age that you probably should still refer to your parents when wondering what content you can explore, please do so. Don't get me in trouble. But also, it's an awesome book. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one I read that was just weird and cool. Let me look. They're on my phone. I should have written this down. I got too exciting. Okay, one I read was Make Your Bed by Admiral McRaven. Pretty cool. I'm saying a lot. I don't normally do that. It's pretty cool. It's another non-fiction book. Very interesting about this admiral. He did a famous speech, or a speech that later became famous, commencement speech for a university. The 10 things you have to do, have a successful day, and it starts with making your bed. And eventually he made that speech into a book. At the end of the book, the speech is there as well. It's pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. I crushed it. It's a short book, so that one was easy to crush. Second, I read this very strange nonfiction book, but it felt awesome. I have to say this one goes into like spirituality and whatnot, so if anyone has really hard reservations about that, this book might not be for you. But if you're someone that keeps an open mind and find things just interesting to read about, this book is... I read it in a day, in like one sitting. No, I read that over 2 days. Sorry, I read this in 2 days. It's called Many Lives, Many Masters by Dr. Brian Weiss. Cool book. Like, I'm still... It's one of those books that I think I'll be thinking about for the rest of my life. That's saying a lot. And if you read it, you'll understand. This book is one of those books, too. I'm probably going to read it again. And it's so good, I'm considering it on a list for Rosende Reads in the future, because it's just that good. Alright, so I read that in 2 days. Now, another book. This book I picked up at an airport. And maybe I talked to you all about it already. The Tattooist of Auschwitz. It's a fiction novel, but it's based on a true story. They had to fictionalize some characters to kind of make the story working through, right? So it's a true story about the guy who gets pinned to be the tattooist of Auschwitz, how he gets there, and then what happens throughout his time in this horrible place. I read that book in one sitting, right? BIDK. Yes, I read it in one sitting. It was just beautiful, heartbreaking but amazing love story. Just yes, I said that. Check it out. It was in all the airports for a very long time, and I'd seen it multiple times. Like, that looks really good. I should read that. So then I finally was like, fuck it. I was like, whatever. I bought it, opened it on the plane, finished it on the plane, then went to sleep, and then woke up when we landed. I read it that quickly too, because it was just like, so yeah, that book, and then I had one more. Right? Was that 4? How many books have I told you so far? I'm scrolling up through comments now because I feel like I've been talking too much, but you guys know I do that when I get very excited. Okay, Fluffy Urban Fantasy. K2 Firefly, cool. That sounds kind of awesome. I want to share the titles. Oh yes, and Maddie McCall. Sorry, this is like harkening back to the beginning of the comments. But yes, this is the book that I posted that me and Miranda are both reading. Or Miranda and I are both reading. Well, it's cool because Christian Stolte told me about the book. Because he'd heard it from Yuri. Heard about it from Yuri, read it, loved it, told me about it when he found out that I really liked reading. I brought it to set, crushed it, and you guys know that I can't stop talking about books that I like, so naturally, Miranda had bought it at the same time as me when Christian told us about it, so she's like, alright, I'm going to start reading it. So she brought it to set today. So that was a cool picture, because I thought, I was finishing it, she was starting it. It was full circle. Back to the questions. Also, I'm eating right now, and I woke up from a nap, so that's why it looks like I had a bunch of coffee. I'm just like... Whew. Some Italian poems, very cool, Rita. Can we count on a post with these books? Yes, Thina, I'm going to post... As soon as we finish our live here, I'm going to post them. I already have the pictures picked out. Yo, Rita, make a list of the movies you've been watching. That's pretty cool. And if anyone wants to do that, we could have a quarantine live hive where we just talk about the art we're taking in. One of the cool things about this, it's going to eventually get weird, but I think the cool things is you get to have time to focus and not leave. So, reading, taking in art, creating art of your own, always a good option. Tattooist, yes. I'm so glad somebody already read The Tattooist. It's great. Minor fanboy. start talking about books or watches, and I freak out. Primo Levi's books. I don't have a pen. I'll remember this. Oh, she started today, and I started yesterday. I just read really quickly. I'm talking about Anna Cat Fernandez. Miranda's quite behind. Well, she literally started after the first take today, whereas I started before the first take yesterday, and I read. I couldn't put it down. Couldn't put it down. Okay. The Parable of the Sower. Interesting. That sounds really cool. Child, that's a very good question. Pekarik Regina? Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Do you guys have a childhood book that made an impression on you? For me, it's Genie by Paul Galuco. I remember the first book someone ever gave me as a gift. I know I've mentioned the first book I remember reading was Bud Not Buddy, but the first book that someone gave me was like, hey, you should read this, you might like it. It was my older cousin Victor, and he gave me this book called The White Fox Chronicles. It's about a boy named the White Fox in the year 2049, where back of memory, where the CCR, I think it's called the CCCR, 3 C's and an R, 2 C's and an R, has taken over the United States, and now there are factions of rebels fighting to kind of retake our country. I read it when I was in 4th grade. It was awesome. I still have it in the library. Fahrenheit 451, very cool. Very cool. Why is it on your mind? Or why do you think that's gotten into you? Now I realize how important it is for me to have a routine habit just now that I don't have one anymore. I think we go through phases where I think routine's it's generally very good. I think there's something beautiful about being able to let go of routine for a bit and recognize, all right, I'm not going to have a routine. I'm just going to kind of flow. But then there's also something very beautiful about being no, I wake up at this time, I eat at this time, I do this, then I go do this, then I go do this, and then I go to bed. That's how you look at it. But yeah, sometimes it can be really stressful having no routine. All right, you've been writing? That's amazing. It's just hard not to read fast, and the problem is when you start reading. I mean, I'm sure all of you are aware of this. The more you read, the faster you read, and the more you want to read. It's like this vicious, awesome cycle of just eating books. It's like, I'm eating this delicious book. I wish more books could be this delicious. I can't wait to keep eating. It's just this cycle. All right, everyone. One of my dearest friends, my roommate en Argentina, que habla mejor español que yo, se llama Juan Moltz, y él está aquí con nosotros. Juan, bienvenido. One of my really good friends, him and I play Fortnite together. Called you out, John. Avid reader, has read many books. He said The Hobbit, the first book his dad read to me to get him into fantasy. That's cool. I didn't know your dad read to you, Juan. Dude, my dad read to me. My dad read The Count of Monte Cristo to me. That's dope. Okay. We'll play Fortnite tonight. Talk about it. Would you read Carrie Whitehorn's book? She's been writing for over a year and has quite a few series at the moment. I'm her little cousin. I'm not allowed to read her books yet. Aw, that's amazing. Carrie Whitehorn's. I'll look that up. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to be reading now, guys. That's okay. Any book recommendations that take place in the 1800s? Okay, let's put that to the group. Any book recommendations that take place in the 1800s? Right now, I can think of Little Women. I can think of The Red Badge of Courage. I can think of... Yeah, I might not like The Red Badge of Courage. I barely like The Red Badge of Courage. I haven't read it since high school, so maybe I will really like it now. I don't know. That's up to the group. Let's see. Okay, the one movie I've watched, Dirty Dancing, I never watched before, and I loved it, and I purchased the vinyl of the soundtrack. Hell yeah. I've actually never seen Dirty Dancing. I just know of it because it's like so culturally important. The Never-Ending Story? I've only seen the movie. I've never read The Never-Ending Story. I'm gonna read that. Thank you. You changed your name. Tiffy. What happened to... Wasn't it Triforce of Dragons? What happened to the dragons? Yeah, no pasta talk. Not during quarantine. Oh, Harry Potter? Okay, cool. Chain of Gold. No, I've never read it. Ellie, what is that? Oh, Wuthering Heights. There we go. The dragons have gone extinct. She's not looking in the right places. Tessa's in LA. I'm in Chicago. Tessa's doing really well, though. Thank you guys for asking. I sure really appreciate that. Aragon. Yes. I read one. The first one. Blue cover, right? With like scales as the image. Right? Chain of Gold's more recent Shadowrun book. No, I haven't. Because we live in LA. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read Aragon. That sounds way too familiar. Okay. Okay. So I don't have a lot of time anymore. So, the library at Mount Char. Make your bed. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Why? I went to Universal Studios with Cameron. It was great. Well, and Tessa and Cameron's parents. It was awesome. Make Your Bed, Many Lives, Many Masters, Tattooist of Auschwitz. Gotta be missing one. Can't think about it. The one I'm starting now for set is one that Diego gave me. Before I reveal the title, I'll let you know how it is. And then I'll reveal later. Oh, you could look. Darn. So yes, right now I will post those books that I've mentioned. If I forget, can you guys let me know? No, to post if I forget one of the books, because I'm going to post them now. And then I'll post those links. So, oh, yeah, I'll just post it. We'll see what's up. I will, yeah, I think that's really all I want to say. As you can see, I didn't prepare this live. It was very, spontaneous. But yeah, I've been reading like a fiend, and I feel like I have to share that, because I've read some really great stuff recently, and I feel like I'm going to continue to dive into some really great reading. Also, my new bookmark that fell out of a Kurt Vonnegut book that I hadn't read since college. It says, please stop talking. which is I think the perfect bookmark, because you can do one of these where you're like, if you're reading and someone decides to talk to you, you can just go. Right? Okay. Well, continue to read, continue to explore, continue to learn, continue to grow, and continue to be positive forces of change in your communities now. Very important time. Always important, but just check in. I will see you soon. I will post later on about Sunday, but I'll post these books now. It was great seeing you all. Have a wonderful week.